door is open to you. Come on in, come on in, come on in, come on in. The God in us recognizes the God in you, the God in you. Whether you're black or white, gay or straight, Christian, Buddhist or Jew, this door is open to you. Come, let's be silent. Come and share a hug. Come, let's pray together. Come, love and be loved. From the blessed down to the turned down, from the pampered to the abused, this door is open to you. Come on in, come on in, come on in, come on in. God in us recognizes the God in you. Whether you're black or white, gay or straight, Christian, Buddhist or Jew, this door is open for you. This door is open. Oh, this door is open. This door is open. I said this door is open to you.
Good morning, everyone. This door is open, wide open. And if this is your first time joining us in the sanctuary this morning, I hope everyone takes a look at you and welcomes you with their eyes, because you are seen, you are loved, and we are so grateful that you are here. If this is your first time joining us online, even if it's live or if you're watching us on YouTube later in the week or on Facebook, I hope you'll drop it into the chat as to where you're watching us from, so that we can say that we see you and feel that energy as well. Wow, we're in the middle of August already, so I can't wait to hear what's going on at CSL Visalia now. So here are our announcements.
Good morning, everybody. We got a big, powerful crowd here today. That's wonderful. And we have a new guest who's Ernest Holmes knows all about him and has been watching us online. So be sure to say hello. Joe knows about Ernest Holmes. Did I say it wrong? This is Joe. So it's wonderful to invite him, and he's been, like I say, he's been watching us and wanted to come see what we're all about. So let's start with our pictures. So last Sunday we went out, and all stood under our new sign and waved and pointed, and here we are with Hope and Dawn over in the corner. At first I didn't even see them, but they're coming out the door, I guess. So this is our new sign. We're now really visible from both streets, so it's exciting to have that there and let people know that they can look for our sign now. Today is a council meeting, leadership council meeting, right after service at 12, in person or online, and I hope you'll join us. We'll be talking about what's coming up and what's going on, and I'm not quite sure what we're going to be talking about, but finances is always an important part. So you're all welcome to join us and hear what's going on. So this is our last chance to talk about wonderful Anne. Anne made her transition on August 4th, and her celebration of life is this Saturday. And before, I didn't put up this before because they had told me that the funeral home was limited seating, and they expect a lot of people to come. But two of her sort of adopted daughters were here last Sunday, and they told me, yes, let people know. So this little sign is on the back table if you need to remember when it is and where it is. It's this Saturday. They're going to start at the People's Funeral Chapel at 11. And then if you don't want to go to that, although Sean is going to be our representative, he's going to do an affirmative prayer for Anne. So I think that's really wonderful. And then afterwards at 12, be at the Civic Center where there'll be food and they'll be selling or auctioning off all her artwork. And I've known her all these years and didn't know she did all this art because we never saw it here. She never put it in the shows or anything. So apparently there's lots and lots of her wonderful art that's going to be auctioned off, and they're going to start a scholarship for Catherine Ann Hilgerman. So I hope many of you can go. I'm going to be on vacation, but I hope most of you can go and attend and learn all about Anne and all that she's done besides here. She was so active in Hanford. Oh, and this painting, I love this painting. This was painted by Sharon Bannister. And so they've sent it to me. I made a big copy of it. I thought we'd put it in the library where we have Sharon's picture and Janice's picture, and now we'll add Anne's picture. This is, I don't know, this looks like her. Yeah, isn't it great? Isn't it great? Yeah. So we'll add Anne to our library. Okay, baby contest. I don't know if anything's happening today or not. Chris is coming, because Chris is supposed to be, what? Yeah, she's not doing food, but she's supposed to be doing a very exotic, bring up the next slide. She's supposed to be doing a very interesting fundraiser today. I don't know if it's happening or not, but we'll see after service if it's going to, because she came up with a very unique way to raise money. So we only have 2 more weeks after this week to finish the baby contest. Whichever baby raises the most money is our mascot for the rest of the year, And I think Max and Ruthie are going to be the dominant, especially if she shows up with her great idea today. So I'm hoping we may have dessert next week. Oh, you might not be here next week, so we may not have dessert next week. But, okay, so yeah, all of you who have babies, so these are our 4 babies, one of them is a two for one. The next 2 weeks, bring something, do some fundraising, do something fun. Let's finish off our baby contest strong. It's been a great, fun thing, a lot of good food, and I think we're going to talk in the board meeting today about maybe going back to bringing food, getting people to bring food on certain days, because we've had such good time sitting around the tables afterwards and enjoying food after service. So we still need a new salesperson for our online. We've lost the person, Bev's daughter-in-law, who can't do it anymore. And Bobby, I did ask her, and she said she put your cup on. But, and Florence, we have to talk. I don't know if any of you're sold, but I don't know if she put it on or you put it on. So we'll talk afterwards. But if you know anybody who can put our items on Facebook Marketplace, because we were hoping to make a little money this way, an easy way to get rid of the stuff we love but we no longer want, and hopefully we'll sell some. So if you have some and you know someone who could do this for us, put us online for us. I don't think it's a lot of work, but maybe it is. I don't know. I'm not going to do it, that's for sure. So if you have someone, maybe a young person who loves to do that kind of thing, be sure to let Bev know, let somebody know so we can do that. And one last remembrance, we always are collecting goodies for those in need and in house. They need socks especially, cleansing wipes, hygiene products, and sunscreen. We're getting towards the end of the sunscreen needing, but we do need that. And Mikey, our great person, will get it out to people in need. And I will turn it back to Sean.
Thank you, Donna. And I'm Sean Ricks, by the way, honored to be hosting today. And no matter who you are or where you are on your spiritual journey, you are truly welcome here. We are all on a mission, and it so happens that CSL Visalia has its own mission statement, and if you would be so kind as to join me in reading that now. The Center for Spiritual Living Visalia is the place everyone comes together, connecting in love and learning how to create abundant, joyful, and peaceful lives. And now we will have our next song, Let Your Love Flow.
There's a reason for the sunshine sky, and there's a reason why I'm feeling so high. Must be the season when that love light shines all around. grow. And you'll know what I mean, it's the reason. Ooh, so let your love fly like a bird on a wing, and let your love bind you to all living things, and let your love shine. And you'll know what I mean, that's the reason. There's a reason for the wars we ignite, and there's a reason for the candlelight. Must be the season when those love lights shine all around us. So let that wonder take you into space and lay you under its loving embrace. Just feel the thunder as it warms on your face. You cannot hold back. Ooh, just let your love flow like a mountain stream, and let your love grow with the smallest of dreams, and let your love show. And you'll know what I mean, it's the season. Just let your love fly like a bird on a wing, and let your love bind you to all living things, and let your love shine. And you'll know what I mean, that's the reason. So let your love flow like a mountain stream, and let your love grow with the smallest of dreams, and let your love show. And you'll know what I mean, that's the reason. So let your love fly and let your love grow, and let your love grow.
That was great. Thank you, all three of you, very much. Our teaching here at the Center for Spiritual Living is called The Science of Mind. And the Science of Mind has 13 what we believe statements. And every week we like to pick one that we think fits the theme of the talk. And today, if you would read with me what we believe. We believe that the kingdom of heaven is within us, and that we experience this kingdom to the degree that we become conscious of it. Thank you so much. And now we have Carol coming up for the diversity quote.
Good morning, and thank you, Sean. Today, for the quote, I'm not actually going to do a quote. The sermon topic is based on a quote that we hear frequently. In fact, if you are familiar with Eckhart Tolle and a book that he wrote entitled The Power of Now, this quote that will be the topic of the sermon is, if not now, then when? So I looked up to see who said that, and nearly 100 names came up. And that means that idea is shared by many, and it is literally part of the thoughtmosphere. Rather than meditating on the power of now, I am choosing to move to a spiritual mind treatment based on some inspirational words from Ernest Holmes. I take his statement that within us there is a power that can overcome any obstacle and set us safe. This is a quote now from Ernest Holmes. Safe, satisfied, and at peace and prosperous in a new light and a new life. Spiritual mind treatments realize the spiritual truth in the here and now. It's not a future maybe or a what if or hopefully. It exists in the power of now, just as we affirm during our service every week. We know the infinite possibilities in our life. So here is my science of mind treatment for today and always. It is a declaration of truth, now powerful in my consciousness, and I invite you to take it as your own. The entire magnetic, powerful universe is one divine energy. This divine energy creates and exists in the life surrounding us. I am part of that divine energy. I exist within it and manifest that power in my life. Infinite love, perfect health, and peace reside in and through me. This love, health, and peace resonate in my daily thoughts and activities. I am one with divine energy. Every step I take swims within divine energy. Positive thoughts and actions magnify love, health, and peace in my experience. I reach out to others to reaffirm that they're also part of this divine network of love, health, and peace. As I dwell in this energy, I feel safe, protected, healed, and prosperous. I affirm gratitude for knowing this truth. I affirm with a great feeling of joy that I, my family, and all of my beloved associates within the sound of my voice in the reception of the thought energy, that this is a new day right now with fulfilled expectations of love, health, and peace. I raise my voice in gratitude. I release these words into the power of the divine law, which fulfills my affirmations, and so it is.
Thank you, Carol. And next we have our congregational song, There Is Only One of Us. This is a new one for me, so anybody that knows it, let her rip.
Yes, please stand with me. Sing with me. Of us. so much, everyone.
Thank you for that wonderful, wonderful song. Thank you, Carol, for your affirmative prayer treatment. Oh, and just thank you for this community. Thank you for this opportunity to be together. I want to ask for a special prayer right now because, as many of you know, I am this week back home in Indiana to be at the internment of my brother who passed away a couple of weeks ago. But upon my arrival in Indiana on Thursday, what the pilot said on the plane should have given me an indication about what I was about to face. We were on approach to Indianapolis International Airport, and the pilot said, "There's good news and there's not so good news. The good news is we're going to be landing early. The not so good news is we're going to be landing in a horrific storm. This is why you wear your seatbelts." And he was right. We got to experience some folks praying. We got to experience some folks gasping. We got to experience some folks never really having experienced turbulence before at that level to where it really jarred you and rocked you. But to that pilot's credit, he landed that plane 2 minutes early. And we were able to get out. But what I did not realize is that traveling the 80 or so miles from Indianapolis to my hometown, we would have to take a lot of detours because Indiana and East Central Indiana is experiencing a 1,000-year flood. They had, on that day that I landed on Thursday, 11 inches of rain in one day. And it has rained consistently for 7 days. And so many roads are washed out. The White River, which is the largest river that crosses central Indiana, is cresting at 24, 25 feet, which means that many of the bridges over the county roads and the smaller roads are just gone. And lots of homes have been wiped out. 20 miles west of me, where I'm at right now, is a town called Yorktown, and they lost their public library, to the flood. And, it's a horrific experience to see books floating down the river. Now, that's not nearly as horrendous of folks losing their homes or everything they own, their cars and everything, but it's, I ask for your prayers for those that live in East Central Indiana that are experiencing this 1,000-year flood. They're pretty resilient people out here. They're folks that, if a tornado is coming, kind of look at it and go, yeah, it'll be gone in an hour. And, not think too much about it. But this experience is really humbling to a lot of folks. And, one of the things that I'm really aware of, this is the time of year where the corn, the soybeans, the tomatoes, the zucchinis, the squash, everything that the farmers grow in order to take to harvest next month are just on that cusp of maturity, just about to be picked. And this flood has taken those crops out. And so this is going to have an effect on people across the board in ways that, they could not have anticipated. Nearly anything that was grown to be harvested this year has been lost in this last week and a half. And so our prayer for those folks is a prayer for resilience, our prayer for those folks is that those who are the allies and the advocates and the co-conspirators for them will come to their aid and help them through this transition, in life. And especially those that, have an ancestry of agriculture know things like this happen. And it's not about what takes you out, it's about how you get up and start again. And that really leads right into my talk today about if not now, when? Now, oftentimes when you hear this phrase, if not now, when, you're thinking of how procrastination shows up in your life. And for many people to ask the question, if not now, when, it's kind of a little prod, it's kind of a little nudge to say, okay, I get that you need to take a time out today. I know that you need to put your face mask on first. I know that you need to sit down and rest for just a minute. But when are you going to get up? When are you going to do it? When are you going to take dominion over your life and move forward with your vision or move forward with your intention? And so now, living in the now, Eckhart Tolle tells us there is only now. And for many of us, that's kind of a concept that's hard to put our hands around and to grasp. But, it's, so easily, if we do not live in the now, tomorrow's dreams become yesterday's regrets because we let them go. We procrastinated. We didn't put our hands on it. We didn't get to see the thing to its fullness of what it could be. And so by consciously living in the now, we can do what is ours to do right in this very moment for the thing. But as many of the farmers in East Central Indiana are experiencing right now, sometimes life requires us to pivot. And sometimes those pivots can be divinely inspired. And what do I mean by that? Well, we may have a vision of what it is that we think we want. And we put our attention on our intention to make that thing happen. And I wanted to give you an example of that. I worked with a coaching client by the name of Gloria. And Gloria's parents were a part of this faith, this philosophy, this way of living that we call the science of mind. And so from early on, Gloria knew how to get quiet and be in her serenity and to do the visioning and the meditation, to get what it is that is hers to do, that she wants for her life. She even knew how to put together a vision board for what it is that she wanted to create. And what she made the decision of doing back in the youth ministry of the Centers for Spiritual Living, she created a vision board for becoming an attorney. And so she made sure that her grades were always A's. And if there was a class like Catalyst or something, statistics that gave her a hard time, she made sure that she connected with a tutor to get her through it so that she would have the A's. And she got into, the best undergraduate school. And she got into law school. And she passed the bar. She was so committed to keeping her attention on her intention of becoming a lawyer that she even hired a meditation specialist to help her meditate and get ready to take the bar exam. And she would be telling us about this work and how they would see the exam room and the colors of the wall in the exam room and what the desk would look like and what the chair would feel like. And they would meditate on that and how that would be a calm so that nothing could take her focus on answering the questions of the test. And she passed the test. She passed the bar on the very first time. And when someone passes the bar on the very first time, one of the things that happens is all the prestigious law firms are knocking on your door because they know that you are the kind of lawyer that they want. And so within 2 weeks, of graduating from Hastings Law School in San Francisco, she was hired by one of the most prestigious law firms in the city of San Francisco. And she started to work. And then 2 weeks later, she came to a class and she raised her hand and she was just shaking. And she said, I don't know what to do. And we asked the question why, and she said, I hate my job. I hate my job. This philosophy let me down. This affirmative prayer let me down. This meditation let me down because it led me down a path where I did all the things you all said, but I am so unhappy now. Well, as the facilitator worked with her and talked with her, the facilitator asked her to guide us in the discussion to what she had envisioned and what she was seeing. And what she came to realize was this. She had perfectly envisioned her first day on the job, but had absolutely given no thought to the second day on the job. Meaning that she never realized that she would be reviewing contracts to look for loopholes, in order to circumvent the law so that the client could do what the client wanted to do. She had no idea that she would have to work with people that did not have an intention of what was for the highest and best for all, but was for help me get what I want kind of thing. Now, she could have thrown up her hands in that point and go, signs of mine, you led me astray. This is not what I wanted to experience. But again, what she had an opportunity to do because she was fresh in that learning experience is to realize what had gone awry in that agreement, what had gone awry in that experience of keeping her attention on her intention. And what went awry was the fact that she was letting her ego drive the vision. At no time was she asking Spirit what was hers to do. At no time was she saying, guide me, Spirit, to my highest and best. What she was doing is she was mapping out what she wanted for herself in it, and Spirit and the universe conspired to fulfill her prayer for what it is that she wanted. And that's the nuance I want you to see. It's almost like Spirit is saying to us, okay, if that's what you say you want, then, here's the law. Here's how it manifests. Here's how it comes to be. Then when you get on the other side of that and go, no, that wasn't it. Then we have to take that responsibility within ourselves to say, hey, where did I make that wrong right turn here? And that wrong right turn may very well be that we never asked Spirit what Spirit wanted for us. What was our calling? What was our purpose? What is ours to do now? Now, her story turned out well because she had to risk telling her parents, who had just spent buku bucks on this law degree and all of this work to get her through law school, to say, I'm quitting. I'm not working for Steinhardt and Faulkner no more. I got to let this go. Her father had the wisdom and said, what are you being led to do now? Everything that you have done thus far has contributed to your good. All of that education, all of that ability to paint a picture, all that ability to set your intention and to keep your attention on your intention has served you this far. Don't let go of that. Pivot. Be willing to pivot and see what Spirit has in mind for you. And so she did that. She started to pray and she started to be with it. And then she was contacted by one of her peers, one of the students she had gone to school with, that was working in the mission helping immigrants get their visas and paperwork done for immigration, and called her and said, I know this isn't what you wanted, but would you be willing to come and help out? And so she went and she found her calling. She found that this is what I wanted my day two to look like when I had that vision of becoming an attorney. And I wanted to offer that story of inspiration to say that if we get to this place in our life, if we get to this moment of now, and we look at it and we go, oh no, this isn't it. Oh no, this is not what I thought it would be. Don't cast it all out. Take the good work that you've done and ask Spirit to guide me. Spirit, how do I turn this around? God, how do I turn this setback into a setup? How do I make this adjustment now? Oh, how do I let go of what I thought was going to be? You know, I worked with another client over the last couple of weeks who had this opportunity. She was just one of those divine parents that did a wonderful job of raising her son and daughter. You know, it's like she loved being mom and she loved being a part of their school activities. And, you know, she was the classroom mother. She was the president of the PTA. She was the one that was her child's advocate when her child was in the marching band and would drive them from one city to the next because, of course, her child had to play the tuba, you know, and to be the big instrument. So they needed the SUV to be able to do it. But she loved all that. She was right in her calling. And when her daughter went away to college, she kept thinking to herself, oh, I long for that activity. I long for that connection. I can't wait till I'm a grandmother, because I know I'm going to be the best grandmother in the entire world. I'm going to love me and my grandchildren. I'm going to spend time with them. And then when her daughter announced that she was engaged and going to get married, she couldn't have been happier. But at the engagement dinner, they made the announcement that they had no intention of having children. And suddenly she had to pivot because she realized that all of those baby clothes and baby blankets that she had hidden in the closet were going to have to go to somebody else. All of those plans that she thought she was going to be spending out in her late 50s and 60s and early 70s was now a blank page. She was going to have to find something else in her life now that this reality has given her a different answer to her quest. She had to tap in once again to Spirit to say, okay, how do I take this portfolio of everything that I've learned, everything that I am, everything that I have brought to the universe to be given out differently than how I thought it was going to be? God, what is mine to do today? Now she's in that quest. She's in that place where she's redefining herself. But instead of going and putting her focus on what she thinks she wants to accomplish, she's surrendering to something greater than herself and asking Spirit, show me what is mine to be, do, and have, even now, even in this. And so one of the things that we realize in life is when we get to that pivot, when we get to that fork in the road where we can go one way or the other way, we have to really make sure that our sign is not pointing towards ego, but our sign is pointing to Spirit. To allow Spirit to guide our words, Spirit to guide our actions, Spirit to reveal that even in this, what is mine to be, do, and have. And if we're obedient to that, if we go down that fork of the road, and especially if we go down that fork in the road with some anticipation, knowing that there is good down that road or around the next corner, and we can't wait to go see what it is, then that will be a joyous experience for us. It will be a greater gift of joy that had we gone down the other path of what our ego said it wanted. So the ego's want is fulfilled immediately. Joy to the ego comes, if you use the story of the lawyer, on day one. Joy of going down the other fork of the road to what Spirit is leading you to do is what brings you joy on day 2 and day 3 and day 4. And so we have to remember, with this free will that we've been given, we can manifest. We can use the laws of the universe to create exactly what it is our ego or ourself wants to make manifest. Or we can go down the other way and use those same tools, those same opportunities to manifest what is for the highest and good for all. So I want you to take a look at your life right now and think, what is the truth about my immediate now? What's the truth about my life? Am I experiencing the joy of living the day 2, 3, or 4 of what it is that Spirit has led me to do? Or am I living in the consequences of going down the path of the road that my ego chose for me? Now, my ego was doing its best to look out for me, but remember, the ego can't get to past the immediate satisfaction of the moment. The ego does not have the capacity to consider what is for the highest and the best for all. But our spirit does, because we are one with the Spirit. You know, one of the things that Gloria made a comment one day was how she started to turn it around. And one of the things that she mentioned is she went out in nature. And she walked out in nature, and one of the things as she walked along the path that she noticed that all of the flowers were turning towards the light. And when the flowers and everything that grew, and she was looking at sunflowers in particular, that they turn towards the light throughout the day. That in the morning, the sunflower would be facing to the east, then it would be facing to the west in the afternoon. But the sunflower got its nourishment by always looking towards the light. And so she said, I decided that I was always going to look to the light for my healing, for my knowing, for my inspiration. And then someone else mentioned, oh, yes, I do that too. And in fact, here's my secret for moving through a time such as this. I look at the morning sunrise for my inspiration of the day. I look at the morning sunrise and ask Spirit to guide my steps this day. I look to the morning sunrise to say, show me what is mine to be, do, and have this day. And then I commit to keeping my attention on my intention to fulfill whatever Spirit dictates is for the highest and best. Oh, but then at night, when I go and I look at the sun again at the sunset, when I look at that sunset sun, all I experience is gratitude. My morning sun is the inspiration. My evening sun is the gratitude. And I look at that sun and I give thanks for this day that I have been given. I give thanks to being guided through each and every step this very day. Oh, I anticipate the joy of being with that evening sun so I can express my gratitude for this connection, this oneness with the universe, with this idea that light, love, and truth always serves my day. And I sleep so well. So I leave you today with this idea of if not now, when? You know, if you look at your life this week, I want you to look at what brings you joy. And if you're not experiencing joy, I ask you the question, if not now, when? What has to shift in order that your day 2, 3s, and 4s, and 5s, and 6s, and 7s of the week ahead are filled with joy? Joy that is your divine inheritance. You are not called into this life to be the expression of somebody else's dream, of somebody else's life. You can be an ally to their life. You can be an advocate to their life. You can even be a co-conspirator to their good, but not at the cost of your own. You must put your face mask on first. You must feed yourself first so that you have something to share with others when you are called to share it. So this week, look to the light, look to the love, and look to the truth that the universe has in store for you. And so it is. Thank you, everyone.
What the world needs now is love, sweet love. It's the only thing that there's just too little of. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. No, not just for some, but for everyone. Lord, we don't need another mountain. There are mountains and hillsides enough to climb. There are oceans and rivers enough to cross, enough to last till the end of time. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. It's the only thing that there's just too little of. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. No, not just for some, but for everyone.
Thank you, Kevin, Dawn, Hope. Kevin is the dawn of hope. Sorry, that's bad. It's now our time for giving. Can I have our ushers please come forward? We have a volunteer. Be a second usher. Florence. Thank you. At this time, I want to share the how to donate. If you would like to donate to the Center for Spiritual Living Visalia, go to www.cslvisalia.org and click on donate or donut. I've got one bad eye and I can't see out the other today, so sorry. Or you can mail a check to CSL Visalia. Our address is 117 South Locust, Visalia, California, 93291. At this time, I would ask the congregation to please read the prosperity prayer with me. And that prosperity prayer is, today I expect every good thing to come to me, for I know that divine abundance is forever manifesting itself in my affairs. I am keeping my whole mind and thought and expectation open to new experiences, to happier events, to a more complete self-expression. Everything that belongs to spirit, I accept. Everything that partakes of the nature of divine reality, I claim as my own. I identify with success, and I prosper in everything I do. As I give thanks for the good now flowing into my life, I gladly share that good with others. The more I give, the more I receive. I experience a deeper consciousness of peace and security, for I know that I am in the embrace of a warm, loving presence. My cup runneth over. I exist in limitless possibility. If the ushers could start collecting. And once you've given your gift, if you could please come forward to make our peace circle. It's actually not a circle, it's more of a kidney. Join our peace kidney. Please join me in the blessing of the gifts. We bless these gifts and give thanks for all the good that they will manifest. And so it is.
And so it is. All right, as we come together and we gather in the circle in Visalia, and we come to this moment, this closing, with the kind of the attitude of what is peace? And how will we ever see peace on earth? You know, every night on the news, we hear more stories of unrest, more stories of conflict, more stories of things seemingly falling apart. And so it is ever so important that we know that peace is an inside-out task that we're all called to do. So the first step is looking at anything internally where there is unrest, anything internally where there is conflict, anything internally that needs to be corrected, and that we start there. So I give thanks that we have come together in a community where it's safe to do that work, where we can be our authentic self and still do that deep dive into understanding how our life got to be the way that it is, and to keep our attention on our intention from getting from where we are to where we want to be. And that means at home, that means at work, that means at school, that means right here in our spiritual center, and that means in our country and in the world. So join us as we sing our benediction, Let There Be Peace on Earth, and let it begin with me. Thank you, everyone.
Peace on earth, I know it begins with me. Now there is peace on earth, a peace that was meant to be. With God as creator, united all are we. Now we walk with each other.